Is it working? Oh my God. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hello, Alison. Hi, Peter and Karen. Kay, Nareem. You're right. The photo wasn't current. It was from last year. Well spotted. Welcome to Drinks with Kate from sunny Queensland. The sun's gone down. We had a really good sunset tonight, and it's almost trying to. The sun is actually trying to shine here. Everyone's complaining about the rain, but I haven't seen very much of it, so it's all good here. Alison and Andrew, how you going? Rob and Deb, great to see you. Yeah, Polly got to be picture because I was in a rush doing that link, and I thought that'll do. It was a good one. Lovely to see you all. Who have we got? There's Jeff and Sue. Hello. So I made it to Queensland. I've had a huge couple of days. We had a fabulous dinner last night at Goma. I'm in Brenton's house, and I'm sitting in front of his beautiful bar. Got his lovely family around. They're all hiding in the kitchen, trying to be quiet. I've invited them to come and join, and they might, when they're feeling a bit more relaxed, they might come and join, or they might leave us alone. Who knows? Hi, Jack and Jack. How are you? Anne, how are you going? Sharpie and Rod, you're back. Hooray, hurrah. How are you? Hello, Keely, Nareem, and Jean. Hello. Craig and all the fam, hello. My little hosts are coming through. Hi, guys. We've got another fan. Hector stole the jumper from his dad, so it's Drinks with Kate is going further and wider than ever before. Thanks, guys. I'll open the Chardonnay in a minute. You can have a glass. Oh, he's done it for me. Oh, he's gone early. He's done it. He's poured it. It's beautiful. I should come here more often. I get good service. All people are talking to me. Okay, hello. How you going? Thank you for the picture. That looked yummy. Different rooms. I know. It's so exciting. Oh, Greg and Hayley, you're in different rooms. Oh, no. COVID. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for a kind pour. Hello, Sam. How are you going? Shell, lovely to see you. I know, such a cute little family. They're good peeps, and they're very good to let me take over their house for Drinks with Kate. They're cooking me dinner, so it's all good. What else? Bridget, how are you? And your mum on the Sunshine Coast. Hello, we're not too far from each other. How lovely. Daryl and Sue are there. Emily. Kevin's still away. Goodness, what a slacker. I hope he's having a good trip. No Aussie prawns in a pinch, so barbecue salmon and halloumi for you tonight, Shell. That sounds fantastic. Shall we get a little bit of wine in our glasses? Mine's already been poured. I've got my little water glass here. I've got my little bottle of 2019 Moorooduc Estate Chardonnay. There you go. 2019 Moorooduc Estate Chardonnay. It's nice and cold because they like to serve their wine very cold here in Queensland. We've been having conversations about temperature of wine all day, and it's right. When it's hotter outside, you need to make the wine colder because then room temperature, it comes up to room temperature quicker, and it's the right temperature eventually. So it's not really a huge problem. I'm going to reach back to my very nice bar. Can I take this bar home, BJ? I really like it. It's very nice. Peter would approve. Oh, my goodness, Peter. I don't know if Peter's on. When Peter comes on, I'll take you for a tour of the bar because there's a little feature on this bar that's very similar to the bar that my brother Peter designed for the cellar door, which is this lovely glass bit here. Anyway, enough about the bar. Let's talk about the Chardonnay. Hello, Cotty. I can imagine I've heard it's quite cold there in Melbourne. Sorry to hear that. And raining as well. Oh, well. It's not very nice, is it? I'm a bit overexcited because I haven't had a lot of sleep and I've been talking a lot today. So if I go too fast, then you just need to tell me to slow down. I think I'm okay. Am I okay, BJ?
You're okay.
We've sold lots of wine. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for having me. So BJ sells our wine up here in Queensland, and we'll get him in the shot. There we go. And he's doing a very good job. And we've been friends for a very long time. So I feel very special to be here in your house drinking Chardonnay.
We love having you here. It's been too long.
It's been awesome. This is the first trip up here since 2019. So it's quite exciting. Anyway, lovely glasses, and it's a bit cold, but it smells pretty good, doesn't it? Pasta with butter, prawns, wine, olive oil, carrot, avocado, tarragon. Gosh, that's a lot of flavours, Kate. But I have faith that they will work with this Chardonnay, because this Chardonnay is very... Are you going to spit yours out, are you?
Just to start with.
I'm going to drink mine, because that's the way we roll here at Drinks with Kate.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. He's a professional.
It's not spits with Kate.
No. And these guys get a bit excited at the end of the session.
Yum.
Everyone wants to go to Kay's house for her prawn and pasta salad. Okay, so 2019 Chardonnay. Let's get down to the serious nitty-gritty. 2019 Chardonnay, new release. First time we've tasted it together. First time you've tasted it?
First time.
Yep, we've been looking at the 18 today out in the trade, because we've got a little bit more of that to sell up here. And the first thing that strikes me about this wine compared to the 18 is that it's a little tighter. It's a little more lemony, and it's really kind of it's mealy. It's like oatmeal and sort of a little bit breadcrumby. It's got some really beautiful... Hi, Barry. How you going? Good to see you. It doesn't have quite as much of that kind of rich butteriness and peachiness of the 2018. It's a bit tighter, a bit finer.
So with that mealiness, there's a lot of Chardonnay from 19 that has similar characters. Have you found that?
To be honest, I've only tasted a few.
Yeah.
And I think it could be a thing. I mean, 19 was an interesting vintage. It was quite a small crop because we had pretty difficult weather during flowering and fruit set. We're seeing that sort of quite a lot at the moment, that we're having this weather pattern where winter finishes a bit early and things get started early, and then we get some bad weather coming through just when the vines are trying to set their fruit. And keenly awaiting the lemon signal. What does that mean, Shell? Oh, of course. Sorry, my brain's just still catching up to it. I will tell you when you can put your lemon on your food. So taste the Chardonnay with your food without the lemon while we're talking, okay? And then I'll tell you when you can put some lemon on your food. The reason that I made that call and I told you to choose food that goes well with a squeeze of lemon on it is because this wine's really lemony. So in a way, you kind of almost don't need the lemon on the food, but sometimes a little squeeze of fresh lemon on a seafood dish or something like that will then bring out more of the aromas of the lemon in the wine. And this has got real kind of lemon juice, fresh lemon juice, a little bit of lemon rind. It's really kind of all kinds of goodness in fresh citrusy kind of aromas, isn't it?
So you can see we tasted the Robinson 19 today, so I can see a little bit of that. You can see that
similarity. Yeah, so this wine, as you guys remember, has got some McIntyre and some Robinson fruit in it, and that Robinson fruit has got that really zingy kind of line to it. We didn't taste the McIntyre 19, which is also really zingy in the McIntyre kind of a way, and we tasted that one at Christmas time, I think. We've certainly tasted it together with Drinks with Kate, and I think that's one of the things about the 19s, that because of the slightly smaller vintage, there's concentrated fruit, but the wines are also really tight and citrusy and kind of linear in their shape at the moment, and I really love it.
But it's really well balanced.
Yes.
That's the thing I love about it. Like we've just cracked the bottle, we've poured it in the glass, and it's ready to go now.
It's ready to go. Absolutely, absolutely.
Delicious.
What's Chef? Oh, Gruyere. Good on you, Greg and Haley. Gruyère's always good with Chardonnay. I like it better with older Chardonnay, but I think this kind of wine, it works very well with a hunk of good Gruyere as well. So has everyone... Hello, Sarah. You got all the tricks there with you. Good to see you. Please convince Queensland... Peter, this is from Peter and Karen, who have done a bit of caravanning up here over the last couple of years, and they were up here for quite a lot of last year. And... Peter and Karen, I think you might be, I don't think you're talking to the right person, but I'll pass the message on. Please convince Queensland bottle shops that they don't have to stock so many heavy Shiraz.
Yes, we agree. We agree. There's a few bottle shops that are still stuck in the 1980s here, but the good independent guys are very, very good.
Yeah.
You know, we're starting to see some changes. So.
Like everywhere, look out for the good independent retailers. And I think the problem, Peter and Karen, when you were traveling around, you were going to so many different places and fairly out of the way places as well. So it's kind of harder to access, you know, hipster, groovy.
Yeah, it is the tyranny
shops.
of distance. The tyranny of distance obviously comes into play. So
yeah. Cotty, that's a really nice comment. Cotty said, this is going to sound strange, but the flavour blooms in the mouth. And I absolutely agree that you put it in your mouth and you kind of go, what does it taste like? And then all of a sudden it kind of goes, and it's like a balloon slowly inflating, or a flower opening its petals. And you get all those kind of lovely lemony flavours right in the middle of the palate. And yeah, it's pretty delicious. Susie, would you like a glass of Chardonnay? Or are you okay for the moment? Oh, okay. We'll try and save you some. No worries.
What we talked about today, because a lot of the Chardonnays were cold, was about holding it in our mouths for longer.
That's right.
And letting it warm up. And then obviously it does. It trickles down your throat and you get these beautiful, beautiful flavours.
Because we have quite hot mouths, really, don't we? So your mouth will do a really good job of warming the wine up a little bit, and it'll also cool your mouth down if you're feeling a bit warm. So that's double bonus. Shell is going in with her lemon. So everybody else who's got food and lemon at the ready, if you've tasted your food without the lemon and the wine, squeeze some lemon on your food and try it again and see what you think. I think it's gonna be pretty interesting.
Well, I'm going to grab another quick glass. I'm going to go and do my Vietnamese pork balls.
Thank you for coming and talking to us. It slipped down all right, didn't it?
That's pretty good. I'm loving it. Very, very good. Cheers.
Are we going to have lemon on our Vietnamese pork balls?
I think we can.
Oh, nice.
Maybe lime might be better.
Maybe some lime. Well, we are in the tropics, aren't we? Subtropics. Okay, Shell, how did you go with your lemon? Have you done the trial? Okay. Craig wants to know. So, BJ, just across the kitchen, Craig Goodman, who is in Sydney with his family, he would like to know about one granite belt wine worth tasting. Craig's doing his WSET and is very interested in tasting good things. Tobin.
So any wines from the Tobin vineyard.
Yep.
Especially his Chardonnay. Tobin Chardonnay.
Did you hear that, Craig? Tobin Chardonnay is one that you should look out for. Give that a crack. Shell, super citrusy, like a Calypso. Yeah, so did it make it taste better, or was it too much acid? This is the thing that let me just put my glass of wine down. A lot of food and wine matching is about either being matchy-matchy. Do you remember this, Shell? You are actually the queen of matchy-matchy. And use lime, big change in the mouthfeel, and the butteriness fell away. So yes, so if you put lemon or lime on your food and then have that with the wine, it's going to accentuate the citrus flavour of the wine. So it'll make the wine taste more citrusy and the food taste more citrusy. So if you felt like you needed a bit more citrus in your life, that would be a good thing. But it does take away some of the other aromas and flavours of the wine, which is kind of that more mealy, kind of creamy, slightly buttery richness. Shell's finding it's a bit much, but still good. You do lose the Moorooduc uniqueness of the wine. Absolutely. It brings out more of that citrus fruit and hides some of the other characters. So one of the things I like to do, if anyone's eating freshly shucked oysters tonight and you haven't squeezed lemon on all of them yet, one of the things I quite like to do, and it's more often with champagne, but it works quite nicely with a young, fresh Chardonnay like this, just tip a little bit of your wine onto your oyster and then eat the oyster rather than squeezing lemon on it. It's really good. You can go a bit crazier, and my mother makes these lovely cooked oysters that she cooks in cream and champagne, and all those flavours kind of come together into the oysters just till they plump up, and then you eat them warm, and they're rather lovely too. So a little bit of cream helps as well to bring out the creaminess of the wine. Jeff and Sue are tasting garage temperature, good, and it's more lemon meringue. Okay, cool. So adding citrus to food is something that we really like to do, but you've got to think about how that's going to affect the flavour of the wine that you're drinking as well. And I think that one of the things that we think about a lot is double cream brie does some interesting things, takes the lemon away and forces some oak forward. Yeah, so you're doing the opposite of what Shell just did with her lemon juice. You're using the double cream brie to accentuate the creaminess and the butteriness and the oakiness of the wine, which I think, and hiding the lemon citrus character. If you had a lemon, Craig, if you squeezed your lemon on your double cream brie and then tried that with the wine, that could be very interesting. But you probably don't have all of those things next to each other, because why would you put lemon on cheese? It's a bit weird. Something that I really like doing with a wine like this as well, and we'll come back and we'll do Chardonnay again later in the year, and we'll do something a little bit more Moroccan and use sort of some preserved lemon in a dish and go for some of those flavours, because they can work really well with Chardonnay. So chickpeas, preserved lemon, some garlic and onion, all those yummy things. And I'll send you a recipe for a little chickpea preserved lemon tagine thing. And I think that could work very well with one of the Chardonnays that we have down the track. And I don't think you need to be worried about spice with Chardonnay as well, because a wine like this, yes, there's a bit of oak here, but it can cope with a little bit of chili spice. It can cope with a bit of Moroccan spice, all of those kind of things. So it can be still a very adventurous, food-friendly wine. Shell, we thought we'd heat up some leftover roast harissa potatoes. They're a no-no. Oh, they didn't work? Okay. Well, I think harissa is quite hard work with any kind of wine. But I was going to say both with something like harissa, but also with a Chardonnay like this, with harissa flavours and lemony kind of friendly seafood. The other wine that I think works really well with those is a young Riesling. So we don't make that at Moorooduc, so we can't do a Moorooduc tasting of that. But maybe we'll do a Riesling tasting sometime down the track and see how that works with some fish and chips or something like that. The other thing that you have to remember with Chardonnay is that it's when you have a Blanc de Blanc champagne made from 100% Chardonnay, it's from a cooler climate. It's got higher acid. It's also got a little bit of sugar in it usually. And that works really well with your oysters and with your seafood and your fish and chips and all that kind of thing. So I think just talking about that sort of the acid and how it plays with the flavour profile, the lemon and the creaminess and all of those things, I think is really interesting. What do you like to eat with your Chardonnay, BJ?
I mean, there's the traditional sorts of foods. I think you mentioned like the chickens and the white sort of flesh. Yeah. We're pretty lucky that we've got some amazing seafood here as well. So when we're looking at, I think last night at our dinner we did, what do they call it? Bay lobster, which I know better as Moreton Bay bugs, but it sounds a lot more refined and a little bit more upmarket. That with a really nice sauce, and I think Kate's right that it's all about the sauce. Yeah. It's the accompaniment that it goes with. I mean, we had some great sashimi today and sushi that Chardonnay goes great with as well. So
fantastic. So you'll be sad to hear Craig just tried putting lemon juice on his brie as I suggested, and it didn't work very well. And he's just got a text from France saying he's not allowed to go back there for a year for doing such a terrible thing to brie.
I understand. I understand.
Thank you for doing the experiment though, Craig.
But soft cheese is great. So like you said, soft cheese and champagne is outstanding. So Chardonnay being that base of champagne is great for that. So Chardonnay and cheese is fantastic.
Anything and cheese is fantastic. Absolutely. And do you know what? We did a couple of weeks ago. We did a chip taste off. What did we taste it with? Pinot Gris, I think. Anyway, Emily is eating cider vinegar chips.
Yep. Great.
And they're working really well. So, okay.
Apple
cider, apple. The tanginess, the potato works well with Chardonnay as well, because potato works well with everything. Potato with everything, thank you very much. So when we did, was it Pinot Noir? I think we did chips with the Pinot Noir actually. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Salt and vinegar chips don't go with Pinot Noir. No. They can work really well with a Chardonnay. So there you go.
I think 50% of the population would say that salt and vinegar chips shouldn't be around at all.
Would you be one of those people?
Have to be in the mood.
That's all right, because if you were going to diss salt and vinegar chips completely, I'm not sure if we could still be friends.
Oh, we'd still be friends, but
yeah, we just have to not talk about it.
There's probably a pack in the cupboard that's been there for about 3 months, so you can have that tonight.
Thanks,
so, yeah.
Thanks so much.
All right, got to turn these.
All right, it was Pinot Noir. Thank you. Oh, that's right, Shell. Fried chips don't go with Pinot Noir. That's right. So Michelle managed to find fried egg flavoured chips, VJ.
Which flavour?
Fried egg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were awful apparently with the Pinot Noir, but they did taste a lot like fried eggs.
So, from the local grocer?
Local grocer, yes, I think that's correct, isn't it, Shell? They do some good flavours in Japan and in other places.
What about shrimp?
Shrimp could work, absolutely. Absolutely. So, aged Gouda, aged Conte, lifted by the wine. That would be beautiful, Craig and Hayley. That would be absolutely delicious. So just to kind of typical Queen. Oh, Craig. Oh, the Sydney siders are arcing up now. Craig reckons that you might be a typical Queenslander who puts pineapple on his pizza too.
No, we don't do pineapple.
No, these people are proper food people, Craig. I'm staying with a pastry chef and someone who's worked in restaurants for a very long time. And Kay Farrow puts pineapple on her pizza, Craig. So you just be careful what you say sometimes in the chat because it can come back to bite you.
Beetroot on a hamburger?
For the record, I don't like pineapple on a pizza, but I do agree with BJ that beetroot on a hamburger is just what you have to do as an Aussie.
Oh, yeah.
And, okay, now we're not going to go down the pineapple. Every pineapple on a pizza. Peter and Karen has pickled mushroom chips hanging around for the right wine. Oh, my goodness. All right, we're moving away. We're stepping away quietly from the pineapple and the pizza, and we're going to get back to the wine because I think we haven't done a lot of serious wine chat. I have a feeling that's not going to happen tonight because everyone's having a nice time and we're all kind of, pretty relaxed. You're in big trouble now, Craig. You've got everyone after your hide. I think the other thing that I love about this wine, it's got this beautiful kind of golden, pale golden yellow colour to it. And it just tastes delicious. It's got really good length. There's not a lot of the 2019 Chardonnay because it was a small cropping year, but we've got that concentration of flavour. The lemon's coming through still on the palate, but there's more of that kind of just slightly brioche character, little nutty notes. We've got BJ's got some protein cooking in the background, which is smelling pretty delicious that we're going to have for dinner later. It's kind of making my mouth water. Greg and Hayley have it. What are the most, hang on, Craig, where are most of the grapes picked from? So, oh, thank you. I'll stop swirling one. Oh, makes it easier.
That makes it easier.
Yeah. So, Craig, 80% McIntyre and 20% Robinson. Thank you for changing topic. Well done. Yeah, so I think that you see that we were talking before that we were tasting the 19 Robinson, and you can see that lemon citrus line that goes through the Robinson single vineyard Chardonnay from 2019. And you can see that here, but you can see that slightly richer, rounder McIntyre fruit character as well, which is fantastic. Shell, Craig is allowed to make wine chat happen. This is a wine chat. I know we get distracted sometimes.
So McIntyre gives you shoulders.
Shoulders,
gives
yeah.
you a bit of
frame.
Yeah, frame for all of the fruit to wrap around.
Yeah, absolutely. And you couldn't ever accuse this of being a skinny wine. It's got some nice flesh on its bones, but it's in the right places as well. It's not too pudgy either, which is good.
So as it opens up, you get more of that minerality as well. So that we talked about from McIntyre, which is
absolutely.
all of that salinity and like minerality, spice.
Yeah. Yeah, are you guys getting that little slightly salty feeling on the back palate, which is rather nice? Okay, Craig is now Craig is now asking. I'll answer that in a minute, Craig. I just want to check that I haven't missed anything. I think Greg and Hayley like something with toast, but I'm not sure. Taste, something with taste. Okay, cool. I'm still confused, but anyway, that's all right.
Smooth.
Jeff's loving your comments. So
wow. Okay.
Jeff's my next door neighbour.
Hi, Jeff in Mornington.
And his wife, so she'll also be drinking. But they do the chat together.
It's been fantastic looking at all these Moorooduc wines over the last 2 days. Because with Kate and I, when we're travelling around, we sort of look at them over 6 hours, 7 hours. So they do change.
It's even longer than the time I spend with you guys every Thursday.
And we're not advocating that it should take you 6 hours to drink a bottle of Moorooduc wine, but it's interesting how it does grow, and it's very seldom that we'll see wine the next day and how it develops. But it's been fantastic to see those different single vineyards, how they work. And in this wine, you can see it. I think you can see it beautifully.
It's funny you should say that, because I keep telling these guys when we taste something that's just been released and something that's quite young, I'm like, well, if you keep half a bottle or a quarter of a bottle in the bottle and come back to it tomorrow, you can see how it evolves. But can you guys tell BJ what you say about that? I think a lot of people say that their wine's finished before we finish the chat,
for sure,
which is pretty normal.
Yeah.
So Craig was asking, and Craig's also said they watch reruns, so it ends up being about 6 hours.
Sure.
That's fair enough, because why not?
Yeah.
More drinks with Kate is better.
More
than
Kate the merrier.
More Kate the merrier, absolutely. That's not BJ, that's Russell Crowe. Shell's good, yep.
Just not Zach Galifianakis had that as well. And
you don't look anything like him. No.
Can you say young Russell Crowe?
Young
not
Russell
like
Crowe, absolutely.
Russell Crowe. That's ridiculous.
Like pre-Gladiator.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Post Romper Stomper.
Before the phone. Before the phone.
Yeah. When he got angry for a while, but fair enough. Yeah. Craig wants to know, do we make some blend candidates before bottling? So Craig, we taste, everything stays in its own barrel that it started life in for its whole kind of, before we get it ready for bottling. And we taste through the barrels. And I don't think Jeremy's here tonight, because I haven't seen any comments from him. He might be watching, so he might decide to chip in here. But Richard and Jeremy and I do quite a lot of tasting across those barrels. We'll taste the barrels separately, and then we'll have a talk about what's going to go with what. And Jeremy will then put together a blend of the barrels that we think might go into this wine, and we taste that to make sure that it's balanced. So we don't make a lot of different blend candidates before bottling. We usually have a pretty good idea of what's going to go where and how it's going to work. But every now and again, you need to do a little bit of adjusting to make it work perfectly. I've just got to turn the computer, because BJ's gone over to the turntable to give us a little bit more live music tonight. This is the sort of care and love and attention that we give to you guys. You get to come on holiday. I'm not on holiday. What are we listening to, BJ? It's pretty cool. Can you bring the album cover over to show people?
Osibisa, 1972 Afro West Indian funk.
Pretty cool, huh? What leftover wine, Kay says. What characteristics do you anticipate with age? So Greg and Hayley, with age, this wine will get a little richer, a little fatter. You'll lose that really vibrant lemon citrus character, but you'll develop sort of some softer, almost there'll probably be a little bit of preserved lemon in there, or some lemon oil coming through. It'll just kind of soften out quite slowly, and then there'll be some pastry notes coming through after a while. We might even see a little bit of lemon cake.
So that mealiness, sort of the
mealiness will come up and transition to sort of cakey, brioche, croissanty kind of characters. Maybe a little bit of cheesiness eventually with age. I think probably, to be honest with you, most bottles of this wine will get drunk pretty early, because that's sort of the trend. Honey note that comes through eventually, which is really nice and kind of adds to it. Emily can't really hear the music.
I can turn it up in a
You
second.
can turn it up a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
when we've sort of stopped talking about important things.
But so you're not going to see a lot of this wine because it's so accessible now, for one, and for two, that it's in restaurants, and for two, I guess because it's got a little bit of age behind it as well, everyone wants it.
That's right. That's right. I mean, one of the things that has been said again and again on this trip is that even having the 2019 Chardonnay as current release, people think is pretty exciting because a lot of people are selling their 2020s and 2021s now. So bottle age is a premium. You pay we pay more to hold on to the wine for a bit longer. But I think it's really important with our wines that they do have that little bit of bottle age because they taste so much more delicious on release when we do that, and that's the whole point. You should be able to drink it as soon as you buy it. And restaurants need to be able to do that. And we were talking to restaurants about that, and they're, 18 estate Pinot, 19 estate Chardonnay. That's a lot. That's a couple of years older than a lot of the other wine that's going around. Hector, did you need to?
Oh no! So Hector's just turning. Sorry, my 12-year-old
turning the music up for us.
Awesome. Who was it? For Kate?
We've got our technician here. That's good. Can you hear the music yet, guys? I'm being so spoiled, aren't I? Can you? It's pretty funky in here, and you guys might have remembered. I know that you have that. This is my decade birthday this year. 1972 baby, 1972 music. He's a man of detail, isn't he? Okay, shocker of Pinot Noir yesterday with lunch. You are spoiled with Moorooduc. Just keep drinking Moorooduc and you'll be okay. Deb, are we doing wine music matching now? We talked about this at the beginning, doing wine matching music. And I actually think this music goes really well with this wine. It's kind of a bit wild, it's a bit jungly. Yeah. It's kind of funky.
It's something that we talk about a lot. And we work a lot with galleries here in Queensland as well. And we're looking at doing a vinyl and winemaker event. And of course, Kate's invited. Because when they're making wine in the winery, you're always listening to something. And I think it does sort of instill a little bit into your winemaking practices. And not sure if you can taste it, but you can feel it.
It makes it more enjoyable. So wine is such a sociable thing. I mean, we all had to go through it during lockdown. Okay, cool. Excellent, thank you. We all had to go through it. The music won't come through because the mics are designed not to focus on the background noise. Sorry, guys. Craig de Bortley in Fiji. Excellent. Oh, my goodness. Well, maybe at some stage we'll have to have a live wine and music event so that you can enjoy the music as well as the wine. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. No, I can't remember. I lost my train of thought then. Thinking about the music not working. Guys, I think that BJ and Susie have been so generous to share their home with us all tonight. And I think that probably, unless there are any other questions, I'm going to probably sign off in a moment. It's been a big couple of days. I've got a couple more days. So tomorrow and Saturday I'm up around Noosa, and I know that I think there's a couple of you, I don't know if you've signed in tonight, but I think there's a couple of you coming to the dinner tomorrow night at Basque, so that'll be awesome. Anyone who's Queensland based who hasn't been able to make it to one of our dinners this time around, you'll be pleased to hear that this man has convinced me to come back up. I think I'm coming back up at least twice more this year, probably three times. So there'll be more Queensland action for everyone. Go Rabbitohs, Shell says. Is that
Sorry,
okay?
what's that?
Shell said go Rabbitohs.
Okay.
It's all right. We'll just let that just slide through to the keeper. Who else? Kay Farrow says there's a winery that names their wine after rock stars, but she can't remember who it is.
Oh,
and it was a horrible Pinot Noir.
It was, and I think it's owned by Treasury Wine Estate.
Probably, yeah, one of the big companies. Yeah. I'm sorry you couldn't hear the music, guys, because it's very funky. Hector, will your beautiful cat come and be live on TV? Because people here love animals. We're just going to bring the whole family in. Hello, gorgeous. Francesca, such a stunning girl. You'll be very pleased to know I'm being very well looked after, everyone. I will see you all again next week. I've got no idea what the wine we're tasting next week is, but I'll send you an email about it on Monday, maybe. If it's not Monday, it'll be Tuesday, but you'll hear from me very soon. Thank you very much, guys. It's been awesome here on location in Brisbane with BJ and his family. Thanks, guys.
Cheers. Cheers.
See you later, guys. Cheers.
Well done.